We all want to be happy. Even with more freedom and more comfort than ever, we often feel restless, still searching. But is happiness about ease, or is it something deeper? Think about it. We binge, scroll, chase likes, and yet we rarely ever feel fulfilled. As Jonathan Haddett points out, the modern condition is one of comfort and plenty. Yet, it still brings suffering, meaninglessness, and aimlessness. Here's an idea that might feel uncomfortable. Real happiness comes from discipline, not endless pleasure or distraction. Chasing quick rewards numbs us to what really matters and leaves us empty at the end. Haddett's research shows that true happiness comes from the right relationships with others, meaningful work, and something bigger than yourself. It is not constant fun, it is about self-control, personal growth, and living beyond the next quick hit. Studies show that people who set goals and work hard to pursue them report higher life satisfaction, even when it's difficult. Happiness is not something you chase and catch, but something you grow into. Delayed gratification is the key. The famous marshmallow test showed that kids who waited for 2 marshmallows tended to do better later in life. Haddett calls this self-control the master virtue. But how do we change our habits? Charles Duhigg reminds us that change is not always fast or easy, but with time and effort, habits can be reshaped. Willpower is like a muscle. It gets tired. Instead of fighting temptation every day, we can build systems so the right choices become automatic. Discipline is about making the right choice, the path of least resistance. Even top athletes rely on routines, not motivation, to keep going when things get tough. Your environment can become your teammate, helping you stay on track. Martin Seligman, the founder of positive psychology, says the meaningful life is about using your strengths to serve something greater than yourself. He encourages us to use our strengths, serve others, live on purpose. Angela Duckworth adds that talent is overrated. Enthusiasm is common, endurance is rare. She explains that grit, the combination of passion and persistence over the long term, is what separates those who thrive from those who give up. Discipline is not about being strict for its own sake. It's about showing up even when it's boring or painful, and pushing through when motivation runs out. Our potential is one thing. What we do with it is another thing. Discipline is even rooted in our biology. Neuroscientist Andrew Huberman explains that willpower lives in a part of our brain called the anterior midcingulate cortex. The more we practice overcoming discomfort, the stronger it gets. We can literally train ourselves to self-control. Willpower is not mythical. It is a brain function you strengthen by voluntarily doing harder things, is what Andrew Huberman says. David Goggins, Navy SEAL and ultra athlete, says most quit at 40% of their true capacity. Discipline is turning that governor off little by little. Huberman adds that you can train your brain to become more resilient. It is real. Huberman also explains practicing gratitude, staying socially connected, and living with purpose changes your neurochemistry for the better, boosting dopamine and serotonin in lasting, healthy ways. These are not just feel-good tips, these are proven habits that rewrite the brain for sustainable happiness. Real happiness is not fake positivity, it is your brain working better. When I journal gratitude, connect with others, or contribute to something I care about, I'm literally changing my brain chemistry, is what Huberman and Greene say. As Brooks reminds us, comfort numbs, purpose energizes. When we strive for something meaningful, even hard tasks can make us feel alive. Over time, discipline builds identity. You become what you repeatedly do. The more I choose discipline, the more I respect myself. I become proud of who I am, not just how I feel in the moment. Setbacks become fuel. Every challenge is a chance to grow, not a reason to quit. We can see ourselves as resilient, capable, and worthy, says Brooks. Discipline is really contagious. When we push ourselves, we inspire others. Our effort and consistency become a light for those around us. That includes friends, family, even strangers. So what does it mean to become happy? It means living with purpose, structure, and intention. It means doing hard things again and again because we believe in who we are becoming, not just how we feel in the moment. This is not just about perfection. It is about showing up again and again. Happiness is not something ready-made. It comes from your actions. That is what builds happiness. That is what builds me. I'm Gagan, and thank you for watching. Go live with discipline.